The only thing that seems to be turning around in the second, the game 3, the shift back to the underdog team is that Cleveland is leading Philadelphia right now. We'll keep you posted on that score too.
And of course they're at home. They're supposed to be doing that. But if you notice, that score has been kind of like Philly inching up on them slowly but surely. And there's still a long time to go in that game. The San Antonio-Denver game should be an interesting one. Denver, of course, so much more effective at home when you get that team up there in that altitude. And believe me, having played up there, the altitude does have an effect on you. And so if Denver's ever going to win a ball game, their best chance, of course, will be in tonight's ball game. And Doug Moe would like nothing better than to be able to win the ball game against his old roommate and teammate of both his and mine, Larry Brown.
There's the halftime score. Cleveland by 13. They've led by 15. The Bucks went 8 for 12, but missed their last 4 shots and trail 23-19. Anderson on the turnaround. It won't fall either. Now they've missed their last 5 shots.
Good hustle there to knock it off of a Chicago Bull by Alvin Robertson. But again, they're not shooting well, Bob, and they're still content to take the outside shot. When that's happening, you got to try and get it inside, get an easier shot.
Pressey gets it down to Robertson, who just re-entered the game after the timeout, and Robertson immediately gets his 7th point of this early game.
And where they go?
Inside. Chicago by 2. Robertson with the near steal. It belongs to Milwaukee. Robertson calls a turnover, and the Bucks have a chance to tie. Robertson, Pressey, and Pierce. For all practical purposes, 3 guards in there with Lohaus and Anderson. Pierce will be the number 3 man in their lineup.
Well, 4 of the 5 top scorers for the team are guards. That's if you count Humphries, who's not playing.
Lohaus went hard to the board, but couldn't hold on to it. Paxson from Jordan. Paxson having himself a good shooting night. He has 9 points in the ball game. Hit his last 4. Stacey King will be in here for Chicago momentarily. Shot clock down to 7 for Milwaukee. Pressey against Paxson draws the double team. Grant stepped up there to knock it out of bounds with only 2 on the shot clock.
Again, you saw the good rotation defensively as the double came down. Horace Grant rotated up, almost came away with the steal. Now Anderson should be able to take a little bit of an advantage with Cartwright out and the rookie in the ball game as Milwaukee wants their 22nd timeout to think over and discuss some strategy.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, Rick and I will be selecting the Miller Lite player of the game. Speaking of Stacey King, he's having a rookie playoff series. He's struggling.
Well, but eventually he's going to be a good basketball player for them. He has a lot of ability. And he needs to work a little bit more, of course, down in his inside game. Learn to use that right hand a little bit more. But something that he has been working on, and he started playing better late in the season. But of course, the playoffs are a different story, and it's a whole new experience. And it's talked about so much. I think sometimes talked about too much because players get to thinking about it more than they really should. I mean, after all, you still are going out playing a basketball game. It just has a little bit more importance. But if you have confidence in your ability, you should be able to go out and perform.
From the Bradley Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Bob Neal, Rick Barry with you. Game 3 of the first round Eastern Conference playoff series between Chicago and Milwaukee. The lob on the out-of-bounds play to Lohaus.
Pretty good 20-second timeout in the play that Del Harris came up with.
Pierce is on Pippen. Now the double team. King against Anderson. And Stacey King gets his first one to fall in.
Stacey King.
Hey, if he wants to go across the middle to use his right hand, I'm going to say let him go and let him shoot with his right hand.
Pierce driving on Jordan. Shoots on the run, draws the foul.
No, as mentioned, I think that Humphries was going to be dressed tonight, but he is not dressed. I guess they don't even want to take a chance of thinking about putting him in the ball game. He is in street clothes, sitting next to Larry. Well, people pronounce that name a lot of different ways. Shashoviak, I think, is the correct way. There's Larry and
with his Pat Riley haircut. Having Jay Humphries out of this ball game will definitely hurt the Milwaukee Bucks because except for Pressey, they've really got ball handling problems.
Well, Dell said he might have to go 48 with Paul, and that's a tough assignment, especially if you're running the ball club and having to play tough defense, which he does. He may have to go and bring a guy like a Jeff Grayer in who hasn't hardly seen any time, just to give him a minute or two somewhere along the line.
Pressey does have 4.6 assists already. 6 assists. Pippen kicks it to Michael Jordan. Chicago by 4, and Michael Jordan has double figures. Michael's only 4 of 9 from the floor at this point, still has 10 points. Robertson inside, and Alvin Robertson now has 9.
That's pretty impressive. He took that ball inside and actually had Horace Grant on him, was able to still get the shot up and in.
Pippen, you see his ball handling, kicking it to Jordan, almost poked away by Robertson. Shot clock down to 6 seconds. Michael against Alvin. From 19, Jordan knew that one was going. Was already across the timeline when it went through the net. Ten seconds in the quarter. Left hand attempt by Pressey leaves 3 seconds for the Bulls. And Grant stepped out of bounds with 0.3 of a second remaining.
Yeah, Stacey King should have given that ball up, and that cost the Bulls a chance to get another basket. Pressey thought he had gotten fouled, just threw it up, expected a whistle.
Robertson with about a 75-footer that goes wide left, and Chicago ends the first quarter leading at 31-27 after Milwaukee had jumped out to a 6-0 lead to open the ball game. NBA playoffs, game 1 of our doubleheader tonight. This is Chicago and Milwaukee. The Bulls have a 4-point lead ready to begin the second quarter, and 21 of the Bulls' 31 have come from the backcourt, with Jordan 12 and Paxson 9.
And Milwaukee can't afford to allow the Bulls to get 30 points, 31 points in a quarter. That's more of a Bulls type of game, the way that Phil Jackson would like to see things continue.
Sigma back in, playing Stacey King now. King powers in the middle, got some help from Anderson, who lost the ball. Ill-advised drive that time. Here comes Robertson on the layup. He draws the foul. Horace Grant got him. That'll be 2.
Yeah, Milwaukee, I think, catching the Bulls a bit flat-footed in their transition. They really didn't, look to do a great deal of that type of transition offense, and they've been getting some good opportunities. They've gotten at least 3 good ones in this ball game.
Robertson back to the free throw line. He's the leading scorer for Milwaukee. Fred Roberts had a quick 8 to start the ball game, but hasn't scored since early. He's not in there now. Chicago by 2. Milwaukee playing for their playoff lives, trailing in the best of 5, 2 games to none. Paxson. Oh, he's feeling it tonight. Even the sock in the jaw from Greg Anderson hadn't stopped him. Paxson has 11, and he's hit his last 5 shots from the floor. Pierce leaning in. Rebound Pippen. Jordan, this is for 3. Milwaukee ball. Pressey, Pierce, Robertson, along with Sigma and Anderson out there for the Milwaukee Bucks right now. Pressey fouled on the drive by John Paxson. That's his second.
The second of the Bulls in the period.
Bulls have used only 1 substitute so far. That's Stacey King, who's in there right now. Robertson finds an opening again and gets to the hoop. Robertson has 13, and he's been getting them almost all. I think all of them inside.
Yeah, he's not the greatest outside shooter in the world, but he's been doing a terrific job on penetration, and the Bulls are going to have to make a quick adjustment.
Pippen faked right, went left, and hit his jump shot, and Scotty has 6 points.
Got to play up on Scotty at that distance. He likes to, as we talked about, likes to shoot the jumper from that distance. Get up on him, make him go inside, make him pull up about 12, 13 feet from the basket. He just does not shoot it as well on that type of a play.
10 seconds on the shot clock for Milwaukee. Robertson driving again. Once again, successful getting there, but missed the layup. Pippen gets the carom. behind the back pass. Pippen from Jordan to King, and the foul. It was all started by the nice pass from Jordan.
And right now the Bulls